Y'all the first people I'm telling to. So, I am no longer a part of the group Scandal.
Why?
I can't wait for the DC trip though, I'm not gonna even lie, because I feel like that's gonna be fun.
You know what? I'm ready to go to DC. Ryan lives out there.
I didn't see Ryan in so long.
Thousands of demonstrators today lined the steps of the Lincoln Memorial.
I don't know. Being black in America is hard right now.
It's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
Thousands of demonstrators today lined the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and packed the National Mall to demand justice. 57 years to the day after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his seminal I Have a Dream speech at the March on Washington.
We didn't just come today to have a show. Demonstration without legislation will not lead to change.
The Reverend Al Sharpton organized the event following the police killing of George Floyd to channel the outrage into action.
I don't know. Being black in America is hard right now, and that moment right there, seeing people of all colors, people of all races, all colors, just coming together for one purpose. Like, it's hard walking outside of your house being a black man. It's hard walking outside of your house being a black woman. And you have people out there like Breonna Taylor who just sleep in their bed and they get shot up.
Hello. We are here 57 years after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was here and had the I Have a Dream speech. He was giving his speech when Mahalia Jackson said, "Hey, Martin, tell them about your dream." God gives us dreams and he speaks to us through those dreams, and we are still. He tells us we have purpose. He tells us what our goals are. He tells us what is our destiny. In those dreams, we fight to make sure they are fulfilled. Hundreds of years ago, we have been fighting to have our dreams of freedom fulfilled. Freedoms that were already given to us by God, despite the 3/5 clause, despite the Emancipation Proclamation. Those are freedoms we already had. Hundreds of years ago, we've been fighting for freedom. They stole.
Like, I felt that when she got shot up. I felt that because in my family, my Uncle Jed, he was asleep in the 80s in Chicago, and they raided the house and they shot him up while he was asleep. He lost his life at 18 years old. Did my grandmother try to fight? Yes, but did she win? No. They told her she couldn't fight that case. And he was just a black man in the streets, sleep, and he was the hashtag in the 80s, but they didn't have hashtags. So marching in that march was more than marching for me. It was marching for my uncle who didn't get an opportunity to live his life. Marching for those other children who didn't get their opportunity to Tamar Rice. Like, all of those children, all of these kids that I teach, that I mentor, all of that, like, that's who I march for. Because at the end of the day, like, the world needs to be better. We need to feel like we're equal, or at least feel safe. That just feel all right. And it's bad. Like, the world is bad. But that march, it gave me some form of hope.
That sentiment shared by others we talked to today.
I hate for my daughter to see, like, on social media, her father getting killed. As a black man, you got to be so strong, you got to be so powerful. I can't show my tears, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna make me look be vulnerable. And if you show the tears, you know, it gives them the power again.
I have a biracial family, and we have our first son is going to be born in a couple of months. And when he learns about everything that's happening now, and he asks me, well, what did you do? I can't look my son in the eye and tell him I sat and I scrolled Twitter. You know, it's important for me that I show him, your dad was there, your dad showed up.
Great, so you want to talk about health surgery?
So today is the day I speak to my surgeon about my top surgery. The first surgery, honestly, I'm ever gonna have in life.
When I say Black Lives, you say matter. Black Lives. Black Lives.
Watch me work. I said, watch me work, and I'll show you what they call me, daughter Earth. I'm down and in the ground, we standing on, hands on hips. I keep a black fist, raise it high above the lies and list of things we went through when we're still way too far from bliss. I wish the nights like this, we never fall. And like raindrops on an Android, we still answer the call. What's the call?
So 2020 has been, I will honestly say, like the most crazy year, but honestly I had more crazier years. Listen, certain years that has to do with the number 6, long story short, it was a mess. But 2020 was definitely one of those years, especially when it came to the violence and things like that. It was crazy because at first I wasn't sure if I was going to really vote. Like, I just really wasn't sure. I was kind of like 50-50. But when I started thinking about like Breonna Taylor, when I started thinking about George Floyd, like just moments like that, I'm like, you know what, like a lot of things need to change in this country.
When your newfound favorite song blasts in your headphones on that sound Saturday night while the raindrops hit your window harder than the bass does. I sing so she can see that her skin is her superpower and not some chemical creation created from crushed cremated corpses on a complex communities on a brick wall. Y'all hear me though? I said I sing to help her see that her skin is her superpower and not some chemical creation created from crushed cremated corpses on a conquest to conquer crippled communities on a brick wall. I sing to let her know that even without me, we can still be free. Why? Because I'm from the city where people be getting litty. We win and you don't know. You might be looking at the next entrepreneur on TV.
Just being in that moment was awesome. And then we were able to see the wonderful, powerful moments of the march for Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd, where I also got to see Trayvon Martin's mom speak again. Every time she speaks, it's powerful. And I got to see like other people. I got to actually walk with the people and be in the streets with them.
King's vision of racial equality remains elusive for the millions who mourn George Floyd and other African Americans who died in U.S. police custody.
Say his name! My brother cannot be a voice today. We have to be that voice. We have to be the change. And we have to be his legacy. Thank you from the Floyd family.
I didn't think it was gonna be this hot. Like, I already expected it to be hot, but not this hot to where.
I mean, look at everybody right now. We're worn out. We're worn out right now, as you can see. This is like.
It was hot though. I ain't gonna lie. It was hot.
Oh no.
I should have worn black so y'all should see my sweat.
No, you don't. You don't.
Yeah, because I'm hot.
I'm sitting here burning up under this thing right here.
I feel like I'm like the hottest one though.
But trust me, I got these boots, these socks, these pants, this shirt.
It was hot. The hair I had in, baby, that thing was looking. I didn't have it was just like frizzy and stuff everywhere, but that was after I done marched. I was soaking wet. I was wearing all black.
I'm gonna, after this is done, I'm stripping all of this off. It's like,
I'm cooling down next to this water. It's like a breeze a little bit.
It is a little bit of breeze. I'm hungry too. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm real hungry and everything. But did y'all enjoy the march?
I did. It was a lots of people. All the roads was blocked off. I've never been a part of a march like this before. I was telling Jasmine and Keem, I never was a part of a march. I've seen them before, driving past and stuff, but I never was actually in one. So this was a new experience. It was nice. I'm glad I got to, do something for our community by supporting, So it was a good experience for me.
I'm glad y'all came out for it. It was it really mean a lot for y'all to really come to DC, really see the environment that DC really has to give, and you wouldn't be the only ones that came from far. It was over 50,000, 100,000 people that were here today that marched for one cause, Black Lives Matter. So it's just it was awesome.
We don't get no justice, and they don't get no peace. No peace. I want 45 heroes on this one. No justice. No peace.
Yeah, I know. Cause I'm seeing all different types of people that I'm noticing. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, everybody out here, yeah. And they start playing the drums. Yeah.
Hey. We was getting lit in there. It was really lit.
Oh yeah, when they started doing that, I was just like,
yeah.
No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. Let's go. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. Let's get it. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. Let's get it. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, fuck these racist ass police.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we better start dancing.
And then they started playing the drums. I was like, hey, okay, they partying
We
there.
was getting lit in there. It was lit. It was really lit though.
No, but it was actually good. This is my first time ever being, of course I've seen it on TV too, but it was actually good just to be in the moment, be around people, because when you're around people, you feel their energy, so you can feel the I can't describe it, you can feel it, so it was just great just being here, experiencing that.
Exactly, and it wasn't just black people that were screaming.
Yeah,
it was all different races.
Yeah,
that's what I loved about it. Everybody was supporting, not just our people. So
I just think the really good thing about it is with this march and everything, it meant more than just Black Lives Matter. It meant black trans, black queer, black men, black women, black cisgender, all of those lives really do matter and everything. And it's not just black lives and everything, it's the lives that are overlooked and stuff. And I just thought it was just awesome seeing everybody be able to come together and all of that. Trayvon Martin's mom, I've heard her speak before, because she's from Sanford, Florida. So I've heard her speak before, but just right here, it was just I feel like this was much of a bigger platform that she spoke on, and it's just it was awesome. I'm sorry, it was awesome. Just seeing her, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah. Wow, that's huge. Yeah, when everybody can come together on, terms like this, to come together to make a difference, that's huge. Especially when it's tragedies that happen to you, and you're still able to come out and speak to everybody to give your wisdom about certain situations you've experienced, and you're seeing out here still happening. So that's huge. She was able to do that, because that's something tough. She lost her son. So, but it was really a good experience altogether. I'm just happy that we got to experience it. We got to come out here. I would say, next time during Rona, if it's Rona season still, I'm not talking to nobody, because I know we was talking to this one lady, and she was just telling us about, COVID stuff, and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, we gotta go. We're looking for our people. But it was just I don't know, it's just when people start getting up close to you, it's scary right now in these times. Right. Because, you never know who's carrying, who's got symptoms, who don't have symptoms. Right. Yeah. So it's in a march like this, I still wanted to be a part of it, but I still was trying to be safe at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that was my biggest thing today, just staying safe but still supporting. So, I think I accomplished it. I pray that, I accomplished it. So
just this whole march, everybody was like all close together. At a certain point, we'd sit here knocking down, put them little things, give them gates and everything to hop on stuff. I'm just like, ooh, Lord. I mean, we didn't break anything, but we did tear down some barriers.
Oh my God. Yeah, because you know, I feel like they were shutting it down over there when we were standing at the cops. Like they was like beeping the horns at people and telling them like to move and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, what? How
Take it to the streets to fund the police, no justice, no peace.
But yeah, I'm just glad we was able to do that. Everybody wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. I really wish everybody was able to be here and experience this with us. We're missing 3 people. I just wish they was able to be here and experience this too, because
so what happened to what happened to like one of them? Like, you know, do y'all know? Like,
I just know that Amy said she wasn't able to make it, and then you know, Ashley called us later on. She wasn't able to make it, some stuff came up, and then.
What about Delequa?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh. Well, I hope everything's okay. Like, I just, you know. It's crazy, so I don't know.
So today is the day I speak to my surgeon about my top surgery. The first surgery, honestly, I'm ever gonna have in life. These titties is getting done, bitch. I go to pick them out on Wednesday.
What size?
I don't know, I pick when I get there. I've always wanted this surgery, and as I got on the call with Dr. Kathy Verman, was amazing. She began to just tell me the many different things, just so many different things, so much information from the beginning, the pre-operation process to the post-operation process. And I was a little nervous. I act like I'm not, but if y'all see, I get nervous all the time. Not just when I'm on stage, but just all the time. This though was really nerve-wracking because I said I've never had it.
Great. So you want to talk about top surgery?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I put all of my implants under the muscle because under the muscle is going to keep them perkier, and it provides another layer between you and the outside world. It cuts down on some of the potential complications of the surgery. And let me get into my file so I can show you pictures. It's a 1-hour surgery. It's done under general anesthesia, which means you're going to be asleep. It's an outpatient surgery. Are you doing it at the same time as the bottom?
No, Gina was saying something about possibly September 17th, which is why I was doing it, because I was like, I was looking to be a part of that one.
Okay, so you would, here's the thing. You have to lose weight, right?
Well, I'm at 212, 211. Yeah.
Let me see. The thing is I would not want to do the breast augmentation and then lose weight because it might change your results. I would lose the weight before you do the breast augmentation. Let me see. Because you don't want them to be all, lose weight and then have them be sagging.
Right.
So let me see what your file says.
Well, I'm going to be losing weight. Well, the bottom surgery, I may push that back to like next year.
Okay, so maybe it would be a better idea to do them both at the same time and do the, let me just get into your file.
So, she did explain complications and things that could happen, and but we were both clear that the result would be beautiful, and yeah, the result was beautiful. So.
Okay, so how much you're at what now, 212?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, then that should be okay. I'll update your file. That should be okay.
Yay!
You're almost 212.
I can't remember what you said you needed, but I knew I've been eating up salads and fruits. You hear me? Well, I have a big concert coming up, Dr. Remo, on October 30th. I'm doing a big virtual show, so, so.
You'll have to come into the office ahead of time You'll have to come in next week to pick out implants, okay?
Okay.
You're going on the 12th, and you have to get your lab work and everything done, okay?
Okay. I can do that. I say this, if you want anything you want, you can be. Do it. Don't care what nobody got to say. Do you, okay? All the way and through. Let them know Delequa told you to do that, okay?
I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
He's one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history. He pours fuel on every single racist fire.
When I tell y'all this election got my anxiety through the roof, oh my gosh, like it's just back and forth. Trump saying this, Biden saying that. It's just like, okay, I'm just ready for all this to be done.
There's very few politicians who I would say have really, stood by consistently the LGBTQ community. President Trump is at the very bottom of the list.
I was just nervous because my confidence was high for Biden, but I was still nervous because y'all know Trump is a mess. So I was just like, oh Lord, I don't know what's about to happen.
The reality is that we need to be able to secure legal protections for the LGBTQ community. And right now we're at a critical juncture where so many Federalist Society conservative judges and justices are being appointed and confirmed. And that is truly going to have a potentially catastrophic impact on so many communities, including the LGBTQ community.
They're scared that your confirmation would result in the rolling back of voting rights, workers' rights, and the rights of the LGBTQ community to equal treatment. These aren't just thoughts. These are real-life implications of decisions made by the court.
Here is the exact moment that we've been waiting for 4 days for.
CNN projects Joseph R. Biden Jr. is elected the 46th president of the United States.
I'm so happy that Biden won 2021. Our new president Biden will be in the office if Trump gets his stuff out of there. Because right now he's acting like he don't want to take his stuff out and he's doing all this stuff. But you know what? My president is about to come in there in January, my new president. Well, he wasn't considered my president in the first place. But anyways, Biden is about to take over and do, the work that we are all expecting him to do. And I'm just like, my nerves are still kicking in because I'm still like, are you really going to do what you say you're going to do? Or was he just trying to cap to get our vote? But either way, I feel like it was better than who was in the office, and I'm just excited to see what new things we can get and, see things happening better for America and our people, and just seeing what he's going to do with the black community, with the African American community, and then the LGBT community, and then just even the elderly, just all the different communities. I'm just excited to see what he's going to do with them, and see if we're going to prosper through this craziness, and how he's going to handle the COVID situation, because it's like right now it's just all over the place. Trump telling us not to wear a mask, not to do this, not to do that, and then Biden telling us to wear a mask, and then that he has a plan. So it's just like, America's all over the place, and I just want it to be better, and I just hope that this election will change that, and we'll see what happens. So, I have hope, I have faith in this country. We can do this. We gotta make a change. We gotta stick together, guys. Come on, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. 2021 is going down.
Elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Senator Kamala Harris will take center stage this evening. This is a moment of victory for the camp and their supporters, but also a moment to recognize the challenges that include the pandemic and the economy. Also, a number of historic moments achieved with this election.
Biden ended up winning, and I'm so freaking excited. And you know what's so crazy? What's even more better? I'm originally from Delaware, born and raised. Some people say they're from Delaware. Let me just say this. Some people say they're from Delaware and they're not really from Delaware. They wasn't born here. I don't know. I don't know. But but I'm originally from Delaware, born and raised in Delaware, and to know that the president is actually from Delaware, that's everything to me. And a lot of things that he talks about that goes on in the state, I can definitely relate to him. When he talks about visiting different parts of the city and he knows what's going on in the inner city, like I can relate to it because I know exactly what he's talking about. So but anyway, it was just all those reasons. That's what made me vote, and I'm so glad that he's our new president for 2021. I feel like everybody's going to be okay. Either way, we're going to be okay regardless, but just to know that the president of the United States is actually Joe Biden is just everything to me. But 2020 was just one of those years, and I'm just hoping in the future that we never ever have to go through anything like this ever again, with like just wearing face masks and just things like that, because at the end of the day, this in 2020, a lot of people did end up losing their lives and losing a lot of family members and things like that. That's the sad part of it. But the positive side of it, for us to be in the house a lot of people was able to find their talent, their gift, it's so many people done started businesses. So it's like it's a negative and a positive throughout this whole thing. But yeah, I'm just glad Biden's in office, and 2021 is going down.
They did the march or whatever and replacing me. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't do marches. I don't do marches. I told him the only march I'm doing is March the 3rd, and that's my birthday.